Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Sports Source. Today, we're going to be looking at part 2 of NBA stars who lost their millions. Let's get right into the video. Everyone's favorite knucklehead is the unpleasant distinction of being the only active player on this list. That first player is J.R. Smith. Smith isn't broke right now because he's in the middle of a $57 million contract with the Cavaliers. But he was broke in 2012, his 9th year in the NBA. He flew to China during the 2011 NBA lockout because he was out of money. And when he returned to the US, he was broke, according to the ESPN. Smith accepted a contract with the Knicks early in 2012 because they offered him the most money. He spent all of the $23 million he had made up to that point. Smith will have made more than $102 million in compensation by the time his current contract expires in 2020. But given his history, it won't be surprising if he becomes the first NBA player to go bankrupt twice. Up next, we have Mookie Blaylock. Mookie Blaylock was a defensive-minded point guard who became only the third player in NBA history to lead the league in thefts in 2 consecutive seasons. But while he could defend the defensive end of the court, he couldn't safeguard the $32 million he earned during his career and was forced to retire bartending. But while he could defend the defensive end of the court, he couldn't safeguard the $32 million he earned during his career, and he was forced to retire to bartending. But Blaylock's problems extended beyond money, as he became a full-fledged alcoholic when his playing days were over. He had 7 DUIs, including one in which his blood alcohol level was 4.5 times the legal limit. While it would be ideal if Blaylock did complete 180 and change his life, this is not the case. Blaylock was involved in a head-on collision that killed a mother of 5 in 2014 while driving on a suspended license. He received a 7-year prison sentence followed by an 8-year probation period. Up next, we have Christian Laettner. Many people despise Christian Laettner. Although he may be played in the best collegiate basketball game ever, and he has been a member of the greatest basketball team ever assembled. Laettner had a journeyman NBA career yet amassed over $61 million in earnings over 13 seasons. Nonetheless, in 2016, a group of creditors initiated bankruptcy proceedings against him, claiming he owed more than $14 million as a result of a series of disastrous business agreements involving real estate in North Carolina. Around the same time, TMZ revealed that Scottie Pippen had invested money with Laettner in an attempt to buy the Grizzlies 9 years before. The transaction never went through, and Pippen never received his money back. As a result, the former Chicago Bull sued his Dream Team teammate and was granted $2.5 million. According to the recent report, Laettner still owes Pippen almost $600,000. According to a most recent report, Laettner still owes Pippen almost $600,000, which means the former Blue Devil is unlikely to attend any Dream Team reunions in the foreseeable future. Up next, we have Joe Smith. Joe Smith, an ordinary name with an exceptional career, was the first overall choice in 1995 and went on to play for 12 NBA teams. Tying the all-time record, he never lived up to the height of being the first overall choice, but he did stay long enough to play for 16 seasons and earning more than $61 million. But it was playing for so many teams that did Smith in. He claims to have bought a new house every time he joined a new squad. He stated in 2018 that he was broke, but another #1 pick from a different sport came to his aid. Former MLB great Alex Rodriguez featured Smith on his CNBC show, Back in the Game, in which he assists former sportsmen in regaining financial stability. They established a strategy with the support of A-Rod and a financial expert that would help Smith overcome his $157,000 debt by paying off 30% each year, allowing Smith to be debt-free by 2022. Up next, we have Darius Miles. Darius Miles became a billionaire as a child after being drafted straight out of high school in 2000. However, as he grew older, he continued to make adolescent mistakes and squandered his career earnings of $62 million. Miles declared bankruptcy in 2016, listing $460,000 in assets but $1.57 million in liability. He lost over $100,000 in 2 failed real estate transactions, one in St. Louis with rapper Nelly and former Ram Marshall Faulk. Miles had to sell many of his favorite items to pay off creditors, including a signed Dirk Nowitzki sneaker and a signed LeBron James shirt, and they even confiscated his karaoke machine. He earned a total of $12,000 for selling his stuff, and while this does not put him out of debt, it does indicate that he's on the mend. Finally, in the #1 spot, we have Kenny Anderson. Kenny Anderson is widely regarded as the greatest New York player of all time, which is remarkable given who else hails from the mecca of basketball. Anderson had a 14-year NBA career and earned more than $63 million in on-court earnings, yet he declared bankruptcy just weeks after his career ended in 2005. One of his ex-wives, Tammy Roman, appeared on VH1's Basketball Wives and proudly exhibited the money she earned in the divorce settlement by wearing the vanity license plate, His Cash, on her vehicle. Anderson began to change his life after losing his job as a high school basketball coach due to a DUI in 2013. Anderson addressed many of his challenges in Mr. Chips, a feature-length documentary that was nominated for Best Documentary of the 2017 Miami Film Festival. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Sports Source, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.